Hello and welcome back. We're here on episode 3 and we're going to get started looking at a few different things. First, I'm going to take a look at some progression. We're going to try and get some things defined so we have kind of some goals. Because, I talked about wanting to do this kind of tiered, some mod packs come pre-built with that, and well, I'm not using a pre-built mod pack, so kind of defining it ourselves, which is just fine. So to start off, as you notice, things have changed. Haven't worked on the house over there as much. This little building is super temporary. It's just that I got some chests in it. This is where we're gonna build our storage warehouse in this kind of area here. Start out of this kind of artificial river lake in here. It'll flow on down that way. This lake, took a long time. Buckets, as you can see, I'm stopped there. Anyway, we're going to be looking at some dimensions today. So real quick, let's take a look at the tiers. So as you can see from the screenshot I've got here, I've kind of laid out a few different tiers here. This is kind of our starting tier, our pre-industrial, industrial. This will be for what I'm going to call the modern era, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with Galactic Craft and do Intergalactic will be our end stuff. So back here on our first tier, we're going to kind of cover the basics and some of the magic mods and stuff like that. So we've got our Tinker stuff here, which is partially done. We have one more thing we need to add to that, which we might get to at the end of this episode. We might not. It might be its own thing next time. Waystones, we need to start with those. The Twilight Forest is one of the dimensions I have installed. It's one I've always played with. I love it. Some things will be going to in there. We'll probably show how to do the portals for some of these today, and we'll do kind of either a separate video or include exploration in those as a separate thing. Then extra utilities has the deep dark dimension, which we'll be using for our mining, because in the deep dark the ores are twice the yield. So, and we'll get started with some grid power there. Just the very basic stuff. The rest of the stuff we'll wait till the pre-industrial era. Comforts, which we already did. Extra additions, farming and some early farming. Coke, which we've done, and this is showing just the railcraft version of it and the immersive engineering version. We're going to stick with the railcraft for now. We'll do the more advanced Coke from immersive engineering during our pre-industrial phase. And we need to get to the to the nether, dimensional doors, and a few other things. This isn't all inclusive. This is just I thought a good way to show a snapshot. So we're going to start working our way through this so that we can progress, and that way instead of having, like I said, the mod pack that defines that, we'll go on from there. So back in here, I've kind of got this started for our Twilight Forest, but the grass hasn't spread yet. I didn't have Silk Touch and yet, so I just bridged some dirt over from the grass over there, and it's been growing slowly. So we'll see if that's ready. Might have to cut and let it grow. Up here, I've kind of started laying out. Now, I just did this in Cobblestone for right now. I'm going to replace a lot of this with blocks from the different dimensions. Same with the nether portal. I messed up. I don't have a diamond pick yet, so we're going to go make our obsidian pickaxe finally, so we can mine that out and go to the nether. But I'm going to replace all this with nether theme stuff. And I'm going to do a little path that winds its way down underneath here. Oh, I don't see boots. I forget about those sometimes. There's a witch. And we'll do the deep dark portal in here. And then we have some dimensional doors here on our plateau. And that's actually probably the dimension we'll focus on today. That's pretty easy, and there's some fun stuff there. So we'll come back over here. And start with a few things here. So I've got this stuff for our portal. I was kind of laying out. I want the flowers to be. We'll get to that. We're actually gonna build nature's compass, as it's gonna help us get some ender pearls. We're gonna finish up this, and we will craft the deep dark portal. So we're gonna come in here. We wanted magical wood, so it just takes gold bookshelf, and it'll actually take 4 levels. So there we go. I can then come in here. I'm gonna make it as my tool run, and we'll come in here to the tool forge, pickaxe, and there we go. So the magical wood gives me 3 more modifiers, so we can have 6. I went and found some prismarine. The Biome Bundle comes with these little kind of mini ocean monuments. I just went and grabbed some of them there, and that gives us so we mine underwater as quick as we do above water, right? And then obviously obsidian gives us higher than diamond. Sleeping Meg. Higher than diamond mining, which we need obsidian level for cobalt and for the nether ones. Anyway, so the nether, or the other thing we're going to do real quick is we're going to show this nature's compass, which I'm doing wrong. Sorry. It's the saplings in the corner, I believe, and then like that. Yep. So if we grab this thing is really nice. So what this does is it allows us to search for biomes. Now, the reason I wanted to show this is because it can be kind of tricky with the biome bundles sometimes. So we're going to be looking for an ender forest, which, if you notice, doesn't show up. So the way that I'm able to find this is I click on info, and we go ender, and then it shows up, which is a little weird. But it's an open terrain generator one. So if we hit start search, it'll now point us in the direction of an ender forest. So we fly. Maybe there's more than one. Oh, it reset. Alright, so if we search ender, oh, forest ender, that's why. That way. So I'm going to fly there real quick. It'll probably be really laggy on the OBS, so I will cut it out once we get to the not so laggy part, especially when loading new chunks. So we're going to do that because we need ender pearls for our waystone. I guess before we do that, let's come in here and let's get our. Oh, I didn't bring. Well, we'll bring it back with us later. I don't think we're ready to go to the nether quite yet. I do want to show what the ender forest looks like because it's nice because they've got custom mob spawning set up on it, and so endermen spawn there at night, but most mobs, or the rest of the mobs, they just have a lot lower spawn rate, so it's a lot easier to get ender pearls because you can just sit there underneath the 2 high structure and take the enderman. Alright, and then I guess the other thing while we're up here, we can craft our deep dark portal. See our Grass is spreading slowly. Once it's done, come lay it out. So, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Sorry, there's a lot I want to get done. We might not get to it all, but you actually don't need 9 of these. You need 8. This is compressed cobblestone, which is just made by putting 9 cobblestone. So that's a really nice thing that Extra Utilities adds. But you can then, put these into 9 and get double, triple, quadruple, up to octuple, which 1 block of octuple compressed cobblestone is 43 million blocks of cobblestone. So if you've got chests and chests full of cobblestone, that's a nice way to reduce how much space it's taking up. So I might not put this down quite yet because I want to kind of build that room up a little bit. So let's put you and you in here. Eat some bread. So I'm going to put that away. I don't want to. We're going to check out the Ender Forest. See if it's still. I don't know why it keeps resetting that. Forest. I think it's maybe when it's on my hand. If we never had this problem with it. Alright, so I will come back when we get there. Alright, if it's not too laggy in here. This is the Ender Forest. So it's got these cool trees. There's dark oak. I like the bright blue. But like I said, the nice thing about this is that endermen are what spawn here at night versus the regular, or the other ones are a lot less frequent. They're not, you still see them. Anyway, if I drop this here, let's get away. What we're going to do before it gets dark is we're going to set up a little platform. Now, preferably somewhere up high so we can see the endermen, because as long as we can look at them, they will come find us. So let's jump up here. Well, I had some technical difficulties with recording. I missed a little bit there, but here we are in the Ender Forest. I'd set up this little quickly put together enderman platform, and again, nothing fancy. There's lots better ways to put this together, but I'll put it together quick. Now I've spent 2 nights in here already. I've got 11 pearls. So as you can see, it can go pretty quick. So one of the things we might eventually do is come set up a mob farm here. The only issue I have with that is it's really far from our base. So we're about almost 7,000 blocks away. I don't know if I showed this, but you can see here's where our base is. We followed the compass, and this is where it was really laggy as it was loading new chunks. I was going too fast. Anyway, there's some really cool terrain, really cool things. Some awesome like desert towns that were. I'll have to check those out later. These little villages on top of plateaus. Pretty awesome. This Sacred Springs biome has huge trees, and it was very laggy getting through there. Anyway, but we made it up here. We might use Waystones or dimension doors so we can transport over here real quickly. So we might still set up our farms over here, because the nice thing is you get the other mobs spawning, but you get a higher rate of endermen, so it's nice. Anyway, we're gonna let it turn to night, and I'll let you see just how many endermen show up. Alright, the sun is going down. Now, as I was waiting for the sun to get down, I was exploring. There's totally a place over there. It'd be better setup for this. Just because you can look down on the whole valley down there. That's okay. This still works really well. So as you can see, we're seeing the little purple dots spawn. Hopefully we'll start getting some up here too. The reason this doesn't work as well as I thought it would, they don't spawn too close to you. So it actually helps to kind of run over here and let them spawn around there while you attract the attention of some of these guys. Okay. Uh-oh. A minute. If you have a nice flatter area, you can get a lot more grouped together. Like I said, this probably wasn't the best location for this. Over here on that cliff probably would have been best because you can look down. These are just really tall mountains. Probably too far away for you, huh? The other nights there was a lot more. Let's see, there's a whole bunch over there. We'll go quickly set up a little hidey hole over here. What am I doing? Oh, buddy. You're gonna make me hit you, aren't you? Oh, this is a bad hole. Ooh. Yeah, I forgot to bring a sword. So to craft it. Let's do this. Let's get you mad. Let's run like the dickens. Get you mad at me too. See, now there's a whole bunch over here. Okay. Oh, creeper. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that was bad. Alright, well, that was depressing. So I love the whatchamacallem. Gosh dang it. Well, just made it back. Sleeping bags are great sometimes, but when you're off on an adventure like this, very far away, mob grinding, probably a good idea to bring a bed. Because I spawned all the way back at my base, but I just made another hang glider and slime sling boots. Got back here in a day, and we're actually ready to go again. brought an actual iron sword this time. Now, the reason I had these fences and gates up is because, like you saw, other mobs can spawn here. It's just the most frequent are endermen, and it's a good idea not to leave your gates open. I tried to make this big enough so that I could hide in the middle from creepers, but obviously that doesn't work if you leave the gate open. I'm going to close this up, and then we're going to kill some more, and then we'll probably head back home. Alright, let's see how many there were just a whole bunch here. Yeah, you two. Yeah, of course they've all disappeared. I'll go take these two out. Nice thing with this is I'm getting grass blocks, which we can then just put around that portal instead of waiting for the grass to spread. So let's take this out. See, here's the dilemma. As long as I can get in there quicker than the creeper, we're gonna make the mistake again, aren't we? I just don't want to get killed by the enderman while I'm see the red dot, but I don't see enderman. Where's your buddy? I look at two of you. Still got stuck somewhere. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Well, we're gonna use these ender pearls for a few different things. I might have a mod called Ender Crop, which allows you to make a plant that does that grows ender pearls. Now, it grows them really slowly, so it's not super overpowered, but it definitely helps out a lot. And we're gonna, once we get into kind of our industrial age, we're gonna test them out with the immersive engineering little automatic gardens. You too. Oh, yeah, see, when I get too far away, that's when the other stuff starts spawning. Oh, hey, get through. Creepers. Yeah, don't worry about those guys. So they'll come up against here. A hole in this so they can get to me. Anyway, so once we, the nice thing about those Waystones is we could put one here, but I don't bring the stuff to make it, so we can't. We'll have to come back here eventually, manually. Well, I'm gonna kill a few more endermen, and then I'll glide back to our base, and then we will get going on the next part. Alright, so we made it back. Cleaned up my inventory a little bit. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna use these ender pearls we just went and got, and we're gonna make a waystone. I believe we need a warp stone, and then like that. Alright. Now, I don't know where we want to put this. Probably up here. Probably somewhere like right here. And we're gonna name this home. There we go. Now these, we can go to the villages. This takes 1 level to get there. So I click on. It takes me to this village activated. It's this one just here. Which Raidrids are. Or we can go to Berkham. This is the one just north of our base. Alright. Or we can go home. Sweet. Now, the other thing we can do with this, which I think is going to be nice, is we can craft. Let's add an add sign here. We can create a return scroll. So, if we do 2 gold nuggets, 3 paper, 3 return scrolls bound to home, so that wherever we're at, we can quickly just zip home, which is nice. And less expensive than another warp stone, which we're going to want to use to make more waystones. But we might want to make one for ourselves too. Sugarcane. Let's go harvest some of that here. But yeah, this will be a nice way to get back to our base when we're out traveling around. And you know, since we will be doing some enchanting, but not a ton because we're using our weapons and our armor and everything. We used modifiers through Tinker's Construct, so we won't have as much need for levels, and this will give us another need. So craft that. It should be bound to home. I think it does it to the last one you did. So basically, if we're out and about, and I'm just gonna throw these in my backpack, so we always have them. We can right-click those, or hold the right-click down and bring us back here. Alright, so there's Waystones done. Alright guys, I think that is where we are going to end it today. Trying to keep these a little bit shorter, but we got quite a bit done. We will cover the Twilight Forest, Deep Dark, and the Dimensional Doors next time. Anyway, hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.